Hey guys, and welcome back to the Be Positive YouTube channel. I am super excited because today I'm going to be showing you how to do a makeup look for when you're low on spoons, but you still want to look cute and put together. So let's get into it. I just woke up from my nap and I have an infusion in a little bit, so we're gonna do my makeup. My skin is actually really clear right now, and I have been out in the sun some, so my face isn't as pale. But if you know anything about having health issues, you know that a good makeup routine can take you from dead to alive. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through my makeup routine. So I'm really excited, but I'm also overheating. So I have an ice pack in my pants, but my face will probably get redder throughout the video. But anyways, I always start off with curling my eyelashes because I have eyelashes, but they do not curl. So I'm gonna do that off camera. So my lashes are officially curled. We're gonna put on a headband so that way I can do my makeup. Okay, so now that we have a cute headband on, now it is time to do my favorite part, which is the makeup. So I am a very simple girly. I use the Pacifica Nude for my entire face. And I just go in with I guess that color. I don't know what color. I can't even read what color it is. And I use that as a kind of a bronzer. I look pale a lot of the times unless I've been out in the sun. And so having a bronzer, I feel brings life back to my face. And it's so funny too, the times that I'll wear makeup out in public and someone sees me and they're like, oh my gosh, you look like you feel so good. And I'm like, I don't, it's just makeup. So you can relate to where I feel makeup a lot of times makes me look like I feel really good, when in reality, my neighbor's weed eating. Well, I'm just gonna keep on recording. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, even with that in the background. I don't even remember what I was saying. But I feel having makeup on, even if it's not a ton, I don't know, I just feel I look more human. And considering I spend most of the time in the bed, in pajamas, with greasy hair, feeling human is very, very nice. And I feel one of the things too that people don't realize is when they're like, oh my gosh, you look like you feel so good. It's it's an invisible illness. Of course, you can't see what I necessarily feel like because you're not my body. But I do appreciate the compliment because I'm do you think I'm cute? Thank you. But yeah. Because you're not gonna see our symptoms. Some of the symptoms you can see when I have hot flashes. When I get super cold, my lips will turn bluish purple. So there's some things you can see, or the panic on my face when I feel really symptomatic. But a lot of times it's just really invisible. That's where we love makeup, because makeup makes it seem like I have my life together. Another thing I like to do, I get the same palette. I get the darkest shade on there, which I have no idea the name of because I can't see without my glasses. But anyways, I either get that one or the second lightest. And then I make a winged eyeliner, but it's not as dark as eyeliner, so it looks very subtle, but it also makes you look more alive. You gotta know all the tips. So you can't really. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. I'll be back. But see how that very simple, but kind of makes my eyes pop. Also, depending on the color of your eyes, you can change this. You can make it purple or whatever will make your eyes pop. I just, however, like the lighter brown. Then I'll also use that same brush and kind of touch up my eyebrows. I don't really do them because, I don't know, that's too much work, too much time. If you can do your eyebrows though, hands off to you, because I've never learned or figured out how to do it. And you'd think I would know, after years of just watching so many YouTube tutorials on how to do makeup, but that is one skill I never learned. Feel I'm starting to come to life again This is nice. So today is a pretty simple day. I'm getting ready for the second Be Positive conference coming up in a month, which is super exciting. So we're having to do a lot of last minute kind of details and stuff for that, because there's so much that happens behind the scenes that you guys, like, unless you're doing it, you wouldn't think about, but like there's so much. So we finally like finished with all the ticket sales, and so we're getting the ticket sales like listed and like names and like who bought t-shirts, who pre-ordered t-shirts and stuff like that. Well, I say we, my mom's doing it because she's the brains. I just come up with the ideas. But then once that's done, I will order the DTFs, and then we can make the t-shirts. And then I've got to order the rest of the stuff for the goodie bags, and then there's still stuff like for decorations that has to be ordered. So it's a lot that happens behind the scenes. But hopefully I'm getting an infusion today and my mom will be off work. So we're gonna try to see if we can't work on some conference stuff and see what we can get done. And also I'm terrible because like I feel like most people, I don't use foundation. If I do use foundation, I'll use like aloe vera gel as like the base, and then vitamin E oil as kind of like to stick the foundation, to help the foundation stick on. So if I'm doing a full face, I will use moisturizer. But if I'm just doing like I did today, where it's like just touching a few blemishes and stuff, then I won't put on moisturizer, because who has time for that? But I mean, if you like moisturizer, that's great. I'm pretty sweaty when I wake up from my naps, so I don't really use moisturizer. Another thing I'll do is go in with the Honeybee Gardens eyeshadow stick, and that kind of like brings a little sparkle to my face without it being like super extra. And the cool thing with, I can't see. The cool thing with this is you can go as dark as you want with the sparkles or as light as you want. But yeah, so I'll have an infusion today. Hopefully it'll go well. It normally takes me like a few hours, unfortunately, because my veins are special. And if I go too fast, then I get really like sick. My heart rate goes like super fast. So here's a pro tip. If you have POTS and you need infusions, but they always make you feel really sick, just take the drip really slowly. That might help you. If I go too fast, my eyes feel like they're going to explode. My heart will get really fast. I'll get, like, my chest is going to explode as well, so very uncomfortable symptoms. So if that happens to you, just ask whoever's doing your IV they can take the drip slower and see if that helps you. Another tip, sometimes this bothers me, sometimes it doesn't. Compression socks can actually trigger my symptoms, so sometimes I'll like pull my compression socks down, but sometimes they're super helpful. So it just kind of depends on the day and like what my body needs. So it's always a guessing game. You never really know. That's the annoying thing about health issues. But infusions do help with my POTS, because for me with POTS, I have low blood volume, and so being able to get infusions helps build that blood volume up, so I'm not getting as lightheaded when I stand up as quickly. It helps me stay hydrated so I don't get dehydrated. And then when you're dehydrated, it triggers symptoms. But it also helps with like fibromyalgia pain and gives me like more energy and stuff. So 10 out of 10. The infusions I get are just regular saline. Some people get like vitamins and stuff. I don't get vitamins added, but you can. It really just depends on what you want. But I always just get plain saline. I'm just a sucker for a good infusion. It helps me. I am 22, but I've been getting infusions every week since I was 19 because they help with symptom management, so I could do things like sit up and stuff. And there's so many things I do that help, so I'll probably be like making a video about that in the future. Things that like just help me that people don't necessarily think about that goes on behind the scenes. But like you see, like my face is alive. I haven't even added mascara yet, so let me add that. There. And one of the things I love about this makeup look is you can literally be as extra as you want. Like you can go crazy on the eye makeup. If your face is breaking out, then you can literally put on foundation. But basically the same premise. I contour my nose, not contour, I like bronze my nose and my cheekbones, kind of give me some definition and look more alive, which I love in the winter too, because in the winter I get like super pale in the face, especially with blood pooling. In the summer it's not too bad because I am tan, but it is very helpful in the winter. So let me do my hair and I will be back with the finished look. And that is the finished look. It's very simple, it's very fun, very easy, and my go-to for when I want to look and feel put together, but I don't always have a lot of energy, and every single spoon that I use matters. And so sometimes I want to feel put together and cute, but I don't have like a whole bunch of energy to do like a full face of makeup. So this is great because it just hits the blemish spots, but it also makes me look like I kind of have my life together and I'm not struggling on the inside. So if you want to fool your friends and family that you're actually healthy, then you guys need to try this. You got to try this makeup look. Let me know if you fool people too. If people are like, oh my gosh, are you better? Do you feel good? Because if you try this, it is a guarantee that people will think that you feel good when you don't. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. I appreciate it. This was fun, and this was like a check off my bucket list, because who doesn't want to record a makeup tutorial for YouTube? So this is so cool and exciting. Anyways, bye guys.